on the third floor at the U School, there is a room where UPenn professors and students collaborate with U Schoolers. They partake in the Lit Lab magazine, book-to-movie discussions, and research projects. For more information about the Lit Lab, we got to talk with UPenn professor Amy Storniolo in her office.
That's a very good question. I don't know exactly what it is now. I think for a long time I would say I was a partner in creating a space for students to do different literacy activities. So I guess I would say I'm a collaborator in the space. Me and some of the people on my team, Vina and Phil, we just were doing all sorts of things, and everybody kept saying it'd be so great if we could have like a literacy maker space. Wouldn't that be super cool? And everybody said, we need a library, we need a place that's quiet. So I was working at the time in Highlight, which Mr. Reed was running. So that's how I got involved, is to help out with some of the maker spaces we had organized then, but we also had Build Lab, which was more just literally building things. So I was kind of like going between all the labs, spending most of the time in Highlight.
Bethany Monet, our in-school teacher on Mondays, let us sit down with her to talk about her role and other details.
What is my role for the Lit Lab? So my role for the Lit Lab is a little bit complicated because I have kind of two things that I'm doing here all the time. One is I'm a researcher at the University of Pennsylvania. So I'm a PhD student there, and I'm studying education, and I'm focusing on young adults literacy practices. So my advisor, Amy Storniolo, helped create the Literacy Lab as a place where we could help students develop literacy skills, but also we as a research team could learn about how students practice literacy in their daily lives or in school. The impact of all the other stuff that is going on in our lives and how that intersects with what we're trying to do in a school, right? So I feel like that comes up all the time in here, like, yeah, we're working on making a literary arts magazine, but we're also talking about, you know, our lives, our goals, our hopes, our families, our relationships, our friendships, like all the other stuff that's going on in our lives, and all of that matters when we're at school. It's not like we just leave that at the door.
Tamia, who is a friend of ours and the treasurer of the Lit Lab, got to tell us how she learned some skills from being in this space.
I want to say good, but like 6% bad, because first, I learned about more responsibility, like taking part in the magazine and stuff. And 6% bad because I felt like my anger issues got worse. But like, I took that down to like the 4% because it got better too. I wrote my love poem, and it's called Evolve. And I came up with that one because I do not like love, like at all. Because like one of my lines, it was like, I hate, like something on the lines like, I hate when people fall in love, and like I don't have time to fall in love, fall out of love and fall back in love again. So I'll just wait until it comes to me.
Tamia also shared with us how her friendship impacted her staying in the literacy lab.
Yeah, my friendship's stronger because like when I first came here, I never knew I would have like a close group knit of friends because I transferred, and like nobody's like transfer students.
For our topic, we were able to speak with students on the campus of Temple University. We asked them about their thoughts on literacy and the use of a space dedicated to that specifically.
I think high school's having a class about literacy, a literacy lab, is a great idea. I think illiteracy is a really kind of untalked about problem in our country, especially in a lot of cities. There's a lot of kids whose literacy levels probably aren't where they could be or should be. So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
From the U School in Philadelphia, this is Go-Gi-Sgk Dimalanta.